This past weekend, thousands of women and men took to the streets to show the world how nasty they can be. They called it the Women's March, but I refuse to call it by that name. Because truth is, by calling that vulgar display of hate and bitterness a women's march, that vulgar display of hate and bitterness, a vulgar display of hate and bitterness, a vulgar display of hate and bitterness.
Almost like this is about me now. The energy has been positive. It has been progressive.
A vulgar display of hate and bitterness.
We're actually demeaning and degrading what it means to be female. Think I'm kidding, think I'm exaggerating, think I'm anti-woman, anti-feminist, anti-female empowerment? Well, behold, the logical fallacy that is modern day feminism. Because nothing says, take me seriously, like marching around in pink hats, screaming profanities, demanding free things.
Great future, you can't forget your past. This land was made for you and me.
Does that look like female empowerment to you? Does that look like a march by women, for women?
Oh my God!
To be here, to be able to embrace each other, love each other, uplift each other.
How there is nothing more powerful, more dangerous than a woman who loves herself. Yeah! There is nothing more beautiful.
Honk if you love women! Honk if you love women!
You have the power.
Does that look like female empowerment to you?
Not to me.
Not to me.
And not to any reasonable, decent woman or man.
There were women and men of all ages from all over the country.
Hi, Ariana.
Massive crowd of women.
Hundreds of thousands of Americans.
So many more than expected.
Stars all over the country.
Alabama, where 50 people marched in a town of 360. It includes Fairbanks, Alaska, where 2,000 people marched in minus 19-degree weather.
City after city in America and around the world.
America Ferrera, Scarlett Johansson, Zendaya Coleman, and Chrissy Teigen were among the many celebs who marched.
And not to any reasonable, decent woman or man.
Yeah, nothing says female empowerment like a bunch of actual mean girls demeaning, degrading, and delegitimizing successful and accomplished women, right? It's disgusting. The women you are bashing on your signs and with your chants don't think like you, so we're less than you. We are the problem. We aren't real women. Bull.
What does your sign say?
It says kill Donald Trump, and then it says kill Mike Pence, and then it says it's guillotine time, bitches.
I never thought she was good looking. I don't think she's got good skin. I don't think she's got a great face. I think her lips are too big, to be honest with you. They look like too big.
She's a horrible person, knows nothing about me. She's a vicious, horrible person.
Trump fired a highly personal tweet at Ariana Huffington, calling her unattractive and saying, I fully understand why her husband left her for a man.
You could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
Well, Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look at her, she's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie's just worse than most of us. But it's not the chubbiness. Rosie is a very unattractive person, both inside and out.
Demeaning, degrading, and delegitimizing successful and accomplished women, right? It's disgusting.
Instead of your signs, I suggest you hold up mirrors and take a look at the women staring back. You'll see that you are everything you claim to fight against. You are hateful, you are vulgar, you are setting women back, not forward.
Say this with me. We choose love.
You are hateful.
Everyone's signs are lit. The energy is so good. Everyone's so happy and loving and inclusive.
You are vulgar.
We must love and support each other.
We must love and support.
You are setting women back, not forward.
We work hard every day to move it forward, and we don't want to go backwards. We're not going to go back.
Just look at your signs.
This looks like. This is what a feminist looks like.
Make America care, hopeful, civil, trustworthy.
Everything he's not. Everything he's trying to undo.
Fight like a girl means to fight with peace, love, unity, and respect. No violence. We're fighting against violence today.
Is that the example you set for your daughters? You're proud of that? It's really a shame.
I have a heart defect and I want to get health insurance when I'm older, but I might not be able to.
Donald Trump, let's go. Hey.
I wanted to be able to show my daughter the power that people can have together when they fight together.
Is that the example you set for your daughters? You're proud of that? It's really a shame.
They said, how are you going to change the pageant? And I said, I'm going to get the bathing suits to be smaller and the heels to be higher.
You wouldn't have your job if you weren't beautiful.
A person who's flat-chested is very hard to be a 10.
She's a disgusting pig, right?
I would create a TV show for you where all you did was just judge women.
Now, that may be the best idea of all.
I said, no, this is all about beauty. This has nothing to do about anything else. Right. And the fact is that that's what people want to see. They want to see beautiful women.
Saying last year in a Rolling Stone article, yeah, she's really something, and what a beauty, that one. If I weren't happily married and, you know, her father.
But when I come home and dinner's not ready, I go through the roof.
And although she does have a very nice figure, I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
And now they're making Ghostbusters with only women. What's going on?
That I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, you know, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. You know, I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
like
everything is good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? You know, they're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
Yes.
It must be a pretty picture you drop into these. Because I like kids. I mean, I won't do anything to take care of them. I'll supply the funds, and she'll take care of the kids, right? And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the
Carla Bruni.
Right.
Today, I don't know if you saw it in the paper.
Yes.
Okay.
Very flat-chested woman.
Pregnancy is never, it's a wonderful thing for the woman. It's a wonderful thing for the husband. It's certainly an inconvenience for a business.
By the way, your daughter.
She's beautiful.
Can I say this? A piece of ass. Yeah. She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous. She's tall. She's almost 6 feet tall.
My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
Yeah, she's hot.
Your so-called Women's March isn't about standing up for or fighting for women at all.
In support of human and civil rights, for economic justice for women, keeping abortion access safe and legal, immigration reform, police accountability, union rights, sex worker rights, and environmental protection.
Women matter. And we will not be shy about standing up to what matters to us.
Isn't about standing up for or fighting for women at all.
It's just a giant temper tantrum clogging our streets and hurting our ears and eyes.
If I don't say something, if I just lie still, would I be a
giant temper tantrum?
If you truly believed in improving women's rights, you wouldn't be led by activists like Linda Sarsour, a Sharia law defender who routinely attacks other women with some of the most disgusting language I've ever read. If you truly believed in female empowerment, you would acknowledge that President Trump has women in some of the most important jobs in the White House and in his cabinet, including the first ever mom to be press secretary. If you truly believed in making things better for women, you would celebrate the lowest female unemployment rate in 18 years under, yes, Donald J. Trump. You'd also celebrate the economic growth, tax cuts, job creation, and stock market boom we are experiencing under, yes, President Donald J. Trump.
And now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. Oh.
When you get these terrorists, you have to take out their families.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
It's not about criminals coming across the border or entering the country.
Well, somebody's doing the raping, Don.
Well, I think to me, nuclear is just the power, the devastation is very important to me.
To replenish the Social
Such a nasty
Security Trust
woman.
Fund.
The president asked, quote, "Why are we having all these people from shithole countries come here?"
But you ladies don't seem to care about any of that. All you do is malign this president, his administration, and the successful women who have the courage to call out your narrow definition of feminism. You march all you want, but don't forget about the millions of American women who march into the voting booth to elect Donald Trump. We are women, we are Americans, and we aren't going anywhere.
The majority of Americans did not want Donald J. Trump in the White House.
We're going to do everything we can to show that Donald Trump doesn't represent the majority of Americans.
We are America. And we are here to stay.
Those are my final thoughts from LA. God bless and take care.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.